That's a question. Are friends allowed to change? Yeah, friends are allowed to change because we grew up. I'm not the person I was when I was in school. Should I be friends with everybody who was in school just because I went to school with them? Maybe not, you know? Some of them yes, some of them no. Like, I want to grow with people.
You ever outgrew a group of friends or an old friend and somehow you're acting brand new? You've gotten a job. You don't party every weekend, and now you suggest to drink more water. And all of a sudden, boom, you're bougie. You think you're better than everybody. You're talking down. Well, the thing is, you haven't changed up on anybody. You've just changed up. And that's okay. And if your progress feels like an insult to them, well, then maybe they're just afraid to move. So let's start with the basics. Giving advice is not talking down, unless, of course, you're allergic to accountability. People that call you judgmental for simply giving advice on what works, not opinions on what could work, but facts based off evidence. Psychologists actually call this defensive attribution. People would rather reject advice in order to protect their ego. A 2018 study by Psychological Science found that people ignores advice that challenges their worldviews and identity, even if those facts could help them. There's a word for that. What's the word? Oh yeah, pride. They would rather stand on business
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
and do things their way in order to prove a point rather than just taking the advice. They're giving you the keys. I'm giving you the keys to life. You know, when you can say something as simple as don't take that trip, save that money for next month, roll it over, stack it up. They hear you're a failure in life. You're a failure in life. No, you're just projecting. And I'm not talking about a movie theater either. That's stupid. That was stupid. That was stupid. Now let's talk about why this happened. The root of the problem. Well, it happens because people fear responsibility. And maturity is looked at as a disease. People, they run from it. A study by LendingTree found that 70% of Gen Z respondents feel that they weren't prepared for basic adulting responsibilities, i.e., time management, taxes, or simply budgeting money. And then they cling to this illusion of freedom while still being chained to fear. Because freedom isn't being able to blow your money on things that you may be interested in. Freedom is having money to blow after your responsibilities are taken care of. And I agree with the LendingTree survey. A lot of the people I grew up around would say that we were not prepared. But the thing is, what you don't know, you just simply don't know. But are you trying to obtain this knowledge? Can you actually 100% say that you're trying to gain knowledge? People don't like to do the old fashioned way of doing things, research, but that does require time management, a thing that we believe that we didn't get growing up, right? So they run to social media. A quick 30-second short of somebody in a suit screaming, you can make $5,000 a day by doing these three simple tips. But first, click the link in my bio and go sign up for all these other things by my paid affiliate links. Do that first. And you too can become a millionaire like myself. You're being sold a dream on instant gratification. So you don't want the advice from the people who took it the slow grind and did it the right way. Why? It's like I said, people fear maturity and responsibility. It's like a disease that ravages my generation. They don't they don't want that. They want to be kids forever. And that's okay. You can be a child forever. You don't have to grow up. But the world is not gonna stop evolving. So why do you feel the need to? Here's the hard truth, going back to my last point. The moment you decide to grow, change your standards, or evolve, you turn into a mirror. And people hate what they see, a reflection of what people could be, but they're too afraid to change. You could say something as simple as change your surroundings. Stop hanging around people who just spread negativity around. Get around people who uplift you. They hear, so you think you're better than us now? Say yes. You're choosing to do something productive. We're all given the same 24 hours in a day. And I'm choosing growth when you'd rather choose gossip. And let's make this perfectly clear. Advice isn't condescension. Growth isn't betrayal. And maturity is not a punishment. But to the closed minded, anything feels like disrespect. I mean, they don't want elevation, they'd rather have validation, even for the decisions that are keeping them stuck. You being responsible exposes their recklessness. You being disciplined just exposes their excuses. That's why anytime you give advice, they think that you're throwing shade, when in all actuality, you're just a shining light where they've decided to become comfortable being in darkness. So, no, I'm not talking down to you. I just had the audacity to grow up. And if that sounds like arrogance to you, then maybe ask yourself why you decided to stop climbing. I mean, of course, growth might make something feel uncomfortable, but comfort has never made anyone grow. Now, has it? But that's all I have for now, guys. Peace.